These are the first Fantastic Beasts ones that I got. So the last Fantastic Beasts film, The Secrets of Dumbledore, we got to see a lot of new ones, and I don't know if you knew already, but I'm kind of obsessed with Harry Potter ones. And of course, being from the Wizarding World universe, I was going to add these to my collection. I was very excited to see these. Now sadly, these didn't come out when the film launched for reasons, I'm sure, of delays, production, all the things that meant that it didn't come out. But that doesn't matter, they came out at the end of 2022, just in time for me to be lucky enough to receive some for my birthday and for Christmas. And these were the three that was on the top of my list, and I was very fortunate to receive for those occasions. So let's have a look at them, and I'll show you them in depth. So the first one is this one that comes in this grey box, and the reason I chose to showcase this one because this is, and again there may be a few spoilers if anyone hasn't seen all the films, so just bear that in mind. If you don't want to be spoiled, then maybe don't keep watching. But this one we saw at the end of the second film, and it didn't come up for a very long time, I think because it was a spoiler, but now we got to see him use it in all its glory, which was Credence's wand in the third film. So it comes in this grey box and does have the sticker on the front there which does say Credence, or I don't know why it's, you know, if they wanted to hide it they could have said Aurelius, and then people would have been like, who's Aurelius? It wouldn't matter, they didn't have to say Aurelius Dumbledore. But Noble Collection made a choice, and that meant we had to wait for it. So really cool that it comes in this very black ribbon. I do like that quite a lot, and it does have the foam, squishy foam that houses the wand. And when I first saw it, it's pretty much quite a simple wand, very jet black. It has this cool, at the end, it's really about the handle that's the most interesting part. It does taper to quite a fine point, but it is very, very solid. I feel like it's does it define Credence? I'm trying to think, like, I know he didn't. It almost feels like the wand didn't choose him. This wand was, what we saw, was given to him by Grindelwald. So, I mean, did he think, oh, this would be okay for him? I don't know if that accurately represents Credence. I would think that there might be a different thing, but it's very dark. And I didn't know for ages if it was like a gemstone in the back. I've seen people recreate this just out of wood and it didn't have any of that fancy thing. But basically, if you see that, it's like metal. It's like a metal thing. It almost feels like it could be magnetic. And it's just like the little gem. It shouldn't really move. I don't know if I've now just broken it. I have just broken it. That's not great. I might have to glue that back in. All right, let's put that back there. Okay. That was an unexpected turn to this video. That's, okay, I'll add a bit of glue to stick that back on, so to be careful, it's not a big solid bit. That wasn't supposed to happen. So that's the metal bit, so do be careful. We don't want to be breaking our magical wands. The next one, as my new collection, would be Jacob Kowalski's one. Now, I was intrigued when we first saw in the trailers that a non-magical person was getting a wand. Everyone was like, how is that possible? I don't understand. It meant that maybe non-magical people could get wands and use them. I don't think it was actually explained, apart from maybe just like a decoy distraction, because he didn't actually use the magic. Like, we see Lally like make him do it and cast the spell. So I don't know if it was just a distraction to try and, I don't know, I don't really understand it, but as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted Jacob's wand. And interestingly enough, for a while, we didn't actually see that wand was coming out. And I wonder if it's because it's not really a magical wand, and another one that was gifted. Like, they seem to be gifted by, like, so Grindelwald gave Credence his wand, Dumbledore gave Jacob his wand. Maybe it was just like, I want to give a wand as well. So that's why it looks different, this box. I'm thinking because it's not actually an Ollivander's wand. It's just like a one that maybe Dumbledore does, like one design on the side. And he was like, I know, I'll give Jacob a wand. So that's the box. Again, it's just a plain black one. It's a little bit different to the boxes that we normally get to see. It doesn't even come with a ribbon. I don't know if that's because of licensing, and again, maybe it's not an Ollivander's wand, but this is Jacob's wand, and I do think it's so cool. I do really enjoy ones that have got different shapes and they're not just sort of simple, straight, boring, plain. This is like a twig that was like, you know, a branch that was picked off the ground, carved. Maybe Dumbledore did like a little bit of, you know, etching and woodwork on the handle to try and make it more interesting. I'm guessing he probably did it with magic. I don't, maybe we'll see Dumbledore like with a little knife, like making wands. Who knows? Maybe we'll find that out eventually if there's any more story. But that is his really interesting. And yeah, I mean, it's with a snake wood wand. Is that just the wood itself? Does it actually have a core? We don't know. Will we ever find out? Who knows? But used as a distraction to make weather and stuff. But that is a really interesting wand as part of that. I'm glad I have that now because it's yeah, a non-magical person's wand. I mean, obviously I'm a non-magical person, so I also want a wand that I can use. And then finally, another great character that was added to the Fantastic Beasts universe was Lally Hicks. So Professor Lally Hicks from the... I don't understand why they said Lally, because that's not really the right spelling. Like we've seen she's referred to as Lally, but that's not the way that it's spelled. So very bizarre that they would put that kind of nickname on there. I don't know who names, maybe it's just that people were like, oh, it's Lally, and they wouldn't know the spelling. But yeah, so it's a brown wand box, very cool. And I like that it also has the ribbons. So this isn't an Ollivander's wand, it comes from the American creators of wands. I can't remember the names of them, but there are a few, and the wand is remarkable. I think when I first then saw that she had a really interesting wand, I was like, yeah, this is definitely one that I wanted to add to my collection. It's all about the handle, really. I mean, the main part of the wand itself, very simple, very thin. I do like dainty thin ones. Some of my favorite ones are like Lupin's one, I like Newt Scamander's one, all very thin and dainty. I don't know why I like those ones, but this one is very similar to those ones. So if you like those ones, you'd like this one. And yeah, the handle itself is just remarkable. If you can see, it's from what I believe, it's modeled on a statue of, what's African statue, I believe, of a mermaid. So very, like, yeah, remarkable design. The prop designers and people have painted these to make them look really cool in the films, and then Noble Collection are able to replicate them very well. So I do love this one quite a lot. I think I was speaking to a friend who got that. He said like this is probably his new favorite one. He loves it. Very, and we know a lot of magic was done with this one, which I think I love. Very, 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 very interesting, and I love it. There is another one that caught my eye that I haven't added to my collection just yet, and that is Tao's one. Like I said, I like ones that are like different, and this one has like a slight curve to it, and there's like different parts, like handle. The rest of it is all different colors. So I think that's really interesting. I like it when there's like unique. They must have such fun designing these, and I love all the design and effort that goes into making the ones. So that's definitely, I think, the next wand from the Fantastic Beasts saga that I want to add to my collection that I have not been fortunate enough to get hold of yet, but keep watch. I'm sure eventually in future videos I'll get that as part of my collection. So that's it for all the Fantastic Beasts wands that I was lucky enough to add to my collection. I think my favorite, if it hadn't already been very obvious, I do really like Credence's wand. I don't know why, what about it? It's like, I didn't think initially that I would like it as much, but I like the way that he holds it. He holds it like a different way, the way that he was able to do spells and so forth from that. Also that it wasn't really one that was chosen. Like he didn't, like the one didn't choose him, like he was like gifted this. So for him to then wield the power was very interesting to see as well, because he's a very powerful individual. Of these new ones, maybe not just these ones I've showcased, but of all the Fantastic Beasts new ones that came out, which let me know in the comment section below, which do you find interesting, and which did you catch your eye? Did you get any of them? Are you going to add them into your collection? I know the story, and people were like, I don't know if it's going to continue and whether the story itself was very interesting for people, but I know there's one thing from it that I did love, and it's the wands, so I'm glad we still got to get wands from it. If you have enjoyed this video, then please do me a favour and click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that when there's a new video you'll be notified. Be sure to give this video a like, and with that remember, the Wizarding World is just one spell away.